Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins discussion video. This one is going to be all about Martin Perez. We know how he pitched last night. We are going to break down why he is so successful in 2019 with the Twins here, what's been going on, his keys to success. So we're going to break that down from a fundamental standpoint right now, and we're just going to go through everything. So you guys all know that I made that video right when he signed. I'm not sure when it was. It was obviously in spring training. And I said, this is the worst thing the Twins could have done. I mean, we went and got some great bats, but we absolutely just tanked with our pitching. What kind of garbage is this? And I tell you what, the Twins front office and Wes Johnson, they knew what was up because this man is 5-0 with an ERA of 2.83 in his 5 starts, does not have a loss in his 8 games played, could be 6-0. We'll talk about that in a second here, but in 41 innings pitched, he has 39 strikeouts. So, I mean, those are like all-star numbers right there. 1 strikeout per inning, basically. And besides his, like, first start, or was it a start or was it a relief appearance? I don't know. He's been doing fantastic. And his whip is 1.26. So, very, very respectable. If you look at his career stats, this is what's surprising. I mean, coming into this year, and we'll go through his career stats in particular year by year, he's 48-49. He doesn't even have 50 wins. He doesn't even have a winning record. An ERA of 4.5 as a career. He has started 133 games, only 48 wins to show for it. 800 career innings pitched, 501 strikeouts. So he just crossed that 800 innings career, 500 strikeouts. Congratulations to him. He definitely has earned it this year. I tell you what, he's been fantastic. I mean, he's on pace for about 190-ish strikeouts. He's got the stuff to do it. We'll go through it here. But he's just been fantastic. I mean, look at his last 3 starts in particular. He has gone against Baltimore at home, 1 win, 6 innings pitched. He allowed 6 hits, 1 earned run, and 4 strikeouts. That was his worst performance in the last couple of weeks. Houston at home, 1-0, 8 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. And you thought that was good. That was his season high in strikeouts. Then what he did was come back against Toronto at Toronto last night. 1 win, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. That's a career high and season high for strikeouts. I mean, this guy, like I said, is 5-0. He could be 6-0. I wrote this down. The last time he pitched before those last 3 games was in Toronto, or at home versus Toronto. And he left the game. I guess I don't remember when he left. He left the game with a 3-1 lead, and the bullpen came in and lost it for him. So he could be 6-0. The only other 6-0 contender is Glasnow from Tampa Bay. Everybody else has a loss that I know of. I mean, obviously, guys, maybe 1 win is, but like with 4, 3, 4, 5 starts. So good for him. Now let's break this down. Let's look at I want to look at his splits first before we go into his career. If you look at his home games, he's 3-0 with an ERA under 2, 1.90 in his 4 games that he's played. He started 3 of them, 24 innings pitched, 22 hits, fine, whatever, 22 strikeouts, 7 walks, no home runs, only 5 earned runs allowed. His batting average against is .250. His whip is 1.2. That's insane. I mean, that is like, I was talking about Sanchez tonight, right? Being really good at home. That's really good at home, too. Away, he's 2-0 with a 4.08 ERA in his 4 games. He started 2 of them in 18 innings pitched. He's allowed 14 hits, 8 earned runs, 2 home runs, 17 strikeouts to his 9 walks. And I want to say that was his first start. They were talking about last night, and I really can't remember. It was literally because he walked like 7 guys or something like that in his first like outing or 2 outings. Otherwise, I mean, the last 3 games tell you the story that he has been fantastic. His hitting or batting against is .219. His whip is 1.3. That's still fantastic. But the things I want to talk about in particular is his lefty versus righty matchups. If you look at his lefty matchups, he's faced 16 batters. He has an ERA of 6.75. He's allowed 7 hits, struck out 7, walked 2, and allowed 4 earned runs. His average against 304 and a whip of 1.7. You're like, huh, why? He's a lefty. Look at his batting or his pitching against righties. 2.25 ERA, 36 innings pitched, only allowed 29 hits, 9 runs, 2 home runs. He struck out 32 versus 14 walks. Average is 225. His whip is 1.19. That is impressive. And the reason is he has a reverse split, right? You think that, oh, he's a lefty, he's going to be good against, Bryce Harper, those kind of guys, lefty batters. He has come in and shut down right-handed batters. We're going to go through some videos here in 1 second, but look at that. That is why he is effective. He can pitch against both sides, especially against righties. I mean, you think Jose Barrios would be good against righties because of his sweeping curve. It comes away from the batter, his fastball that can get inside. This guy has command of his fastball. He can locate it. And the other thing I do want to talk about, he gets ahead of guys. This is the other key. So the one key, I kind of skipped over that. The one key is that he has been doing great versus righties. That's what's important. The second thing is he's getting ahead of batters. Look at this. When there are no outs, he has an ERA of 1.23. Obviously, it gets a little bit more as we progress with 1 out and 2 outs, 3 and 4. Look at the first 2 or 3 innings. 0, 0, 0 in the first 3 innings. He is not allowed to run in the first 3 innings of the game this year. The 4th, the 5th, the 6th, 7th, 8th, all gets a little bit higher. But those first 3 innings, he gets ahead. He keeps Minnesota in it. If, they're tied or Minnesota's got a small lead, he keeps them in it until those bats start rolling, a little bit later, around that 3rd, 4th, 5th inning. And the last thing, the leading off spot. Has not allowed to run in his 9.1 innings pitched. He has 12 strikeouts to 2 walks in his leading off. Now, that's all innings. But again, those first 3, get that leadoff guy off. Get that 4-hitter off. Get that 7-hitter off. You know what I'm saying? Those are the most important keys to a success. The last thing that is super, super important is this pitching coach. Obviously, Wes Johnson has really started to develop him. He even called him up before we even signed Perez and said, hey, I'm going to help you out. I can do something. Let's do it. He developed his cutter. He has a fastball at 95 to 96 to 97, right in that range. A cutter at like 87 to 88. That thing moves like crazy. It's right on that plane. It just goes whoosh. And his changeup. Let's take a look at this. This is the first video I want to show you. It's his changeup. Look at this. It drops off the table at 87 miles an hour. You are not going to touch that pitch. Look at the second one here. Second one is the cutter. And look where Castro is setting up. Outside, right on that line, right on that outside edge, and the cutter hits that spot. It does cut in a little bit, but what are you expecting? And then that fastball right here on V-Laddie G Daddy Jr., up and inside. Again, look where Castro's sitting. Up and inside, paints that top corner. He had no chance at that ball. That is the biggest thing. Besides, obviously, getting ahead is important. Lefty versus righty is important. But his deceptiveness with his changeup and his fastball, you can only be looking for one because they come out of that same spot. He looks exactly like Johan Santana out of the stretch when he's going with the slide step in particular. It's fantastic. He comes from that same spot. He's a lefty. Comes from that same spot. You can only look for that fastball, the cutter, or the changeup. If you're looking for the cutter, you might be able to hit the fastball. You're going to be late on it. The speeds are so much different. And again, that cutter is just going to eat righties up. Go back and look at those videos. He had every single one of them fooled. They had no chance at any of those. And a fourth step, like I kind of mentioned, he can locate. He's getting ahead of batters. He's got a lefty-righty matchup. He can locate the ball, and his all 3 pitches are so deceptive, you're not going to touch it. That is the key to the game. That is why he is so successful, and that is why I think he's going to keep being successful. You can only look for one pitch. That's the reason Blake Parker's been successful at the closing position. If he can locate his splitter, you can't touch it. It comes from that same slot angle, and it's just going to go, you know? You can't touch it. So that is, what I said. Are the keys to a success. my speaker just turned off, but the keys to his success are going to be to keep doing that. Wes Johnson's going to keep on him, but what a great job he's been doing so far. The last thing I do want to touch on is his previous year. He was 2-7 last year with an ERA above 5. I don't know what changed besides Wes Johnson. Obviously, Texas has been really struggling. They've never had run support. Same thing with Minnesota. But he went 2-7 last year, and now he's already 5-0. I don't think anybody thought this. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I've been jumping on the bandwagon. Remember that video? I'm going to react to that video. Like I said, wow. 2-7 record. This could be, I'm not even going to lie, the great, if it works out, and we win the postseason, go into the postseason, win a couple games, this could be the greatest free agent signing of all time. I don't know, maybe not all time, but for sure in Twins history, or recent Twins history, this could be one of the biggest steals I've ever seen. This is like the exact opposite of David Ortiz, am I right? But he's only 28 too. He's only 28. This guy has got possibly 10 years left. That's the thing about that. He could have 10 years left. Will he? I don't know. But wow. 2-7 record to a 5-0 record. It doesn't look like he's going to slow down. He has been on top of his game lately, and I continue to look forward to it. This is going to be awesome. I hope he continues to do well. But that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you disagree with me. I don't know why you would maybe on this particular issue, but he's been doing fantastic. If you disagree with me, let me know down in the comments below. Did I miss anything? Also, let me know about that in the comments below. If there's something that I'm maybe not seeing or overlooking that